All right, what do you guys think? My name's Lior. I'm not in Jawbreaker, but I'm going to moderate a little Q&A with the guys right now, and then kick it over to you guys for questions. So start thinking now. But first things first, when Keith reached out to you about a decade ago, what made you say yes?
Keith and, can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
It's okay, we love you.
The green light is option, right? I did. Hello?
There you go.
Is that better?
There you go.
Oh. So Keith and Tim came to us and said, we want to make a Jawbreaker documentary. And we were like, who are you? And they said, we made DJ Mikano. And I said, yes. The Minutemen documentary.
Yeah.
That was the answer.
That was the answer.
Is that the answer you were looking for?
Yeah, I mean, if that's the right answer.
Look, I just want to talk about some fucked up shit in the scene. All right?
So they reached out to you. You love DJ Mikano, so you said yes. How'd they get you all in the room, in the studio, to actually go over and listen to the masters?
I don't remember.
They kind of, you see it in the film, I think they kind of tricked us.
Yeah.
We didn't think there was going to be equipment there.
Well, you know, truth be told,
Oh,
You did it.
this is the shit in the scene I wanted to talk about. Fucking people selling each other out from within their own band.
How?
Wait, hold on. Let me address that. So they got us in the studio because, okay, here's what I thought we could do. I thought, let's do a thing where we get Billy Anderson and some of our producer people, and because I have all of the master tapes, I have all the 2-inch tapes, I thought it would be cool to do one of those, like, I mean, not that we're like a classic albums band, but I love those classic albums, hour-long documentaries where they break out the tape and they solo tracks.
Oh, there they go.
So it's over.
There's the answer.
It was just one track.
Oh.
Maybe use this one.
Yeah.
There's a farting noise coming from here.
You gotta get rid of that one though.
Turn it off.
It's just buzzing. So I thought we could do a thing where we solo the tracks and just listen to how it was all kind of put together, because I love the nuts and bolts of that kind of stuff. And secretly hoping that when these guys arrived, I was like, well, maybe we could get, Chris can show how he did, you know, plays his bass, or Blake can show like certain things. And I never really thought that we were going to actually play together, but you know, maybe hoping, but it didn't really have any money on that. I wouldn't have bet my, you know, pinky finger on it, but it happened when, after Blake was sort of like ambivalent about showing his own parts, he just kind of, we all got together in the back room and said like, why don't we just show how it all works together, and that's how that happened.
And so how long were you in the studio together?
Like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. No, we were there all day. It was a thing. We might have been there a couple of days.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So a couple days, that's a decade ago. How involved were you in the process of the film actually, being screened here? Well, maybe not here specifically, but being finished.
Back to Adam.
What was it?
How involved were you in the process of the film being finished, from the point of you guys all coming together and spending a day or two together?
Well, I don't know if you guys know this, but sadly Keith passed away last January 1st, I believe it was. He had a battle, and so he's not with us anymore, and that's when Dan jumped in and really took over and made it happen. They came up with a whole new edit and have worked tirelessly, and I'm sure he was probably still doing tweaks like a week ago.
What do you do?
Not a week ago, but close to a week ago. Yeah.
So Dan, you came in around 2015, if I remember.
Correct.
And if I recall, Jawbreaker, you guys decided to reunite this past winter, correct?
Not until spring, really.
No,
Oh,
March.
what?
Yeah.
Did the film coming out play a role in your decision to reunite? What brought you to this point?
10 years?
Yeah, no one else was doing it.
All right, before we kick you guys out, let's get some questions from the audience. Hands up. Nobody has any
I
questions?
have a question.
Yes.
Is anyone at Jawbreaker single?
I know.
Or were you scared? You're the other one, you're terrified to say.
I have family in Canada.
All right, other questions? Yes.
So, having listened to you guys for many, many years of my life, and have never stopped, but revisited a lot recently, knowing the current circumstances. The catharsis of that, and also the pollution of emotion that happened. I'm just curious, like, coming together and how reliving those emotions and, like, trying to put them back on stage for people who have an expectation or not. It's a weird question, but I don't know where I'm going. Just like,
It could be a two.
how to handle the emotion of it, because it's heavy. You guys were heavy for us that have listened for a long time. There's a lot of, I've lost loves, I've gained loves, you know, like you guys are a big deal. So just how to carry that on stage. Has there been any pressure to live up to it, or you just, it's not a big deal and you can push past it, play rock and roll? That's my somewhat weird question and statement of love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Blake. I got more out of you a few years ago when you were on solo, but that's good stuff.
All right, other questions back here? Yep.
Obviously on social media, I saw that you guys played some warm-up shows in San Francisco. Is there any possibility that there's going to be any other smaller shows in the rest of the country?
Secret one.
Like New Jersey?
No.
No possibility.
There's an open.
I fucking flew to Chicago, there better not be.
Nothing here.
Is that all I can?
Nothing in the near future at this point.
Oh, let me drop in this.
But there you go.
So, Lord.
So I invited Steve Albini to come to this tonight. And he goes, well, when are you playing at the Empty Bottle? Like, when should I show up? And I didn't know that was happening.
Well,
And it's not. Sorry. But so, I guess there was a rumor, but yeah, we're not playing secret shows. This is the show. This is it, you guys.
All right, you got another question here?
Back here. Oh, okay. I'm so nervous. It's her. How do you feel about this recognition after all these years? Like, because Jawbreaker now it is as big as it was 20 years ago. At least to me, it seems. How do you feel about that all over again, or I don't know?
I'm guessing you're from Rhode Island or
I'm from Brazil.
Oh.
I took a 24-hour trip from Brazil just to be here tonight. That being said, I want to take a picture with you. I don't want to go home without it. But to the question.
Yes.
What was the question?
How do you feel about the recognition after all these years? Like,
Recognition.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
fucking
sorry.
great. Thank you.
nice, thanks.
We wouldn't be doing this without it.
Yeah, it's nice to be brought back, you know, through an enduring passion for this band that people felt and shared with each other. And so the organic nature of this band has been a pleasure to watch. Painful when we had just broken up and began to become more popular in the aftermath. But now it's I think we all really like it. Obviously we're here doing this, so, you know, the recognition feels good.
So if everything had worked out with your you, it would have been like a huge success. What was the potential lifespan of the band at that point, given all the turmoil?
I don't think money was going to fix anything that was going on with us, or adulation, really. I think we had to go each into our lives and get better as people so that we could, you know, find a peaceful way to play music again. I'm speaking for everyone, but it's been the consensus.